You know, I've been noticing this faucet's been leaking now for a couple weeks. Water leaks can be a pretty major problem. Just one water leak like this could actually fill up an entire Olympic-sized swimming pool in just a year's time. Imagine what that will do to your water bill. So instead of just sitting here and letting all this water go to waste, let's try to fix it and do something about it.
Alright, so let's get started. So what we're going to need, first off, you may not need these, but I went ahead and picked up an assortment of O-rings. So something else, this is also entirely optional, but I don't like how my shower knob looks anymore. It's antiquated. It's one of those acrylic knobs from the 90s. So I went ahead and picked up a more modern looking knob, like you see in the handle before you here. Repair kit for a Delta stainless steel fixture. One of these will run you about $10, and is really the only thing we're going to need for this, as well as a pair of pliers. I would also recommend using some kind of cleaning solution. It's hard to tell what kind of grimes may have built up underneath the plate for the shower. Let's get to it. First step is actually turning off your water to your shower. Okay, and now after you do that, you also want to come upstairs and attempt to turn your water back on. So the reason for that is because the water lines will actually store pressure inside of them, which actually makes it harder to remove the hardware inside of here. Let's begin. Now, inside of here, there will be a Phillips head screw that you're going to have to remove. Okay. Now I've got that off. Now, after you get that off, there'd be a ring right here that should only be hand tight. Except, there it goes. Except years of water deposits just so happen to kind of crust it on there. That will unscrew off. There's also a ring behind it, and that will just pull straight out. Next, there will be two more Phillips head screws that we need to remove. One's out of sight here. And I'm going to remove those now. And that just pulls straight off, which will reveal your rough valves underneath. Now this part, guys, is actually kind of new to me, so we're going to have to figure this part out together. Okay, so this looks like it just pries right on out. And that just pulls out, and that's nasty, look at that. And then that ball just pulls straight out. I do see a couple of things in here. Okay. So, there's a couple of these little black, I guess, grommets, washers. Ew, that's nasty. Up inside of there. Followed by these little springs. We're going to take both of those out just using the edge of a flathead screwdriver. And you just kind of just put it slightly up underneath that grommet and just kind of pop it out. And there it comes. These will be replaced in the new kit. All right. So up inside of there, we're going to grab the shorter of the O-rings because the kit comes with these longer ones as well. I'm sure if you can see it right here. As well as larger springs. So we're going to take the narrow end of this spring and put it up inside of your grommet. Then they're just going to slide back in that position that you pulled them from earlier. And you just want to kind of play with them and get them worked up in there real good. Again, this is my first time doing it, guys, so if I'm doing anything wrong, please let me know in the comment section below. Experienced plumber, I'm just a general handyman. And we're going to put the other grommet in. Next, we're going to take our ball and you're going to put this larger gasket through it. Now there's these holes, 6 holes in the back of it. I'm fairly certain that these 2 smaller holes will have to align with the 2 grommets inside of the device, while this larger hole will actually fit into the larger hole inside the device. The smaller holes will fit right up in here where these grommets are, while the one larger hole will fit right here. I really do like making these difficult. Now this is going to be a little bit harder to put in than it was to take out, because the hardware we took out was actually old and worn out hardware. Well, this is new and still quite springy, as you can see. And this white ring, you see this little, try to get my camera to focus here. This little plastic tab here is going to align with a little notch right beside of it. In the words of Adam Savage, every tool is also a hammer. Looks like this is not going to be held on very well. So, I'm going to go ahead and take this back out for now, just to keep it from falling. I'm going to put my faceplate back on. So I'm going to put it on like that. And I'm going to try to thread these through, trying to find the holes that it lines up to on the back, while trying to keep everything in camera and just doing a poor job of it. So now let's start putting everything back together. So now this is just going to slip right on over that, and then we put in our hardware again. Only want to put that on there hand tight. Now, let's go into putting on our brand new handle. So this handle comes with a number of different adapters, which all fit different shapes of, I'm not even quite sure what you call that. I guess the connector, the lever. For this one, we're going to use the diamond shape. It's a diamond shaped one, which would fit on it like that. Now it's important to keep in mind the orientation of your handle. Now, as much as I would love to install this one in the upright position, unfortunately, in order to turn water on with this particular shower, you have to lift up. And I'm afraid that the top portion of this handle would get in the way. So I'm going to have to put it in basically upside down. So we start that first, probably by reading the manufacturer's instructions, I'd say. Got to figure it out. So you're actually supposed to put the set screw in the bottom of the thing, put it on, tighten your set screw. Right. Next we put our handle on. And the wiggle will find its home. Alright guys, looks like everything's in place here. So I'm going to go downstairs and turn on the water. I'm going to leave the camera running and see if anything happens. Now, the moment of truth, does it still leak? Well, guys, I think I'd call that a success. If you guys like what you saw here today, make sure you leave me a like, comment, subscribe. I try to post videos about every 2 weeks if I can. I have a new video in the works about changing an air and oil filter in a Husqvarna lawnmower. So that will be my next video coming up, and I'll see you guys soon. Later.